Hey guys, Kevin Muldoon from kevinmuldoon.com. I'm currently on my holidays in Tenerife, in Puerto de la Cruz. It's a fantastic little resort. Now normally I wouldn't do a tech related video when I'm on holiday, but I've got a few gaming systems with me, so I thought I'd do a very quick video for you all. And I was thinking about getting the Nintendo 3DS, the new version. I bought it from a friend. Friend was helping me with my garden. You know, that's one of the reasons why I've not uploaded videos in the last few weeks. And as a present, I got him that to say thank you. I bought him the new Nintendo 3DS. I got him the Zelda Limited Edition version, and it's awesome. You know, it's a great little gaming device. Looks really cool, portable, good battery life and things like that. Now, I don't have the Nintendo 3DS with me. And one of the reasons why I've not bought another 3DS is that I've got the PSP Go. And I absolutely love this thing. You know, it was released in 2009, so it's quite an old device now, but I think it's fantastic. I've been using this for a few years now, so whenever I go travelling, take my PSP Go, get it charged up, and you know, I start playing games on the plane or on the bus or whatever. In the UK, this was quite expensive when it was released. It wasn't successful at all. It was released for, if I remember right, it was a few £100, like £250. I picked it up second hand a few years ago because it was discontinued, and I picked it up for like £35 brand new with a leather case and the original charger, and it was mint condition. An absolute fantastic device. But what I'd like to do in this video is just compare it with another system that's out at the moment, because I have it with me, and you can see it here. For those of you who can see it here, right, let me see. I'll get this up for you. So this is the Nintendo 2DS. So this is essentially a 3DS. If I can get you all straight here. Right, that looks okay. So this is a Nintendo 2DS. Essentially what this is just a 3DS, but it's aimed at kids. They've taken away the actual 3D feature at the side, and the reason for that is that it apparently can hurt kids' eye development. So they've just removed it all together, and rather than being something that flips over, you know, the traditional kind of clamshell way, they've just used it like a big, it's like a big wedge of bread, if you can see it like that. It's like looking at it, feeling it, it feels more like holding a tablet kind of than it does, you know, with the normal one. You'd be holding your hands a little bit more down here, but it's actually quite a good little device. It's quite it's very capable. It was released at the end of 2013, and one thing you will know about this, so this is the cheapest way to play a Nintendo 3DS game. It is a lot cheaper than the 3DS itself. It's perhaps because it's aimed at younger kids, but this can play all the games that the old 3DS can play. The new 3DS system, there's one or two games coming out that can only be played on the new version, but really you've got 99.9% of the games catalogue that can be played on this. So just quickly go through all the little ports on it. You've got your headphone port here, so your home button, you can put it to sleep and switch it on and off there. So you've got your select and start, all your X, A, Y, A, B buttons, directional pads, and you've got L and R at the top. You can see the AC adapter here, and that's where you put in your games. Now, one thing that I like that Nintendo has did is that all their 2DS and 3DS systems are all backwards compatible. So what that means is that this can play 3DS games, but it can also play older DS games, and that's really good because there's lots of fantastic games you can get for the DS, and you can pick them up really cheap in second-hand shops, etc. And this is, it's actually quite good. I mean, like personally, I would aim for the 3DS, the new 3DS personally, just because I prefer the kind of clamshell design. It's taken me a little while to get used to the positioning of the buttons. I find that they're a little bit too high for me personally, and you can see that there. You know, the D-pad here is kind of level. The top of it is just at the bottom of the top screen, but the buttons are way up here, so you kind of hold them like this. I think it's maybe just because I've been playing with my PSP Go so much that I find it a little bit strange, because I'm used to playing like this, and you can see I'm playing Mario here. I'm used to playing, you know, with the buttons directly across from the D-pad, or sometimes like this with the what do you call this again, just like the little thumb pad. I want to do a proper video for the PSP when I get home, but I'll just quickly show you. You can see the D-pad, thumb pad, select start, you've got square, triangle, cross and circle. You've got your shoulder buttons up here. At the top as well, you'll see it's got volume buttons. That's to connect another screen, and that's like a, what is that for again? I can't remember what that's using. That's that long. I've been using it that often, I can't even remember what that button is. It's got a hold button at the side, but a lot of the time I'll just close it over like that. And if that doesn't switch the system off, then I'll do that. Got your earphone, you've got your power, your port there to put it on, and you've got the PlayStation button. This works just the same as like the PS3 button, or the PlayStation button on the PS3 or the PS4. You can exit the game and things like that using it. Now, as I say, this is one of my favourite systems, and I think just because I'm so used to this, that I'm finding the buttons on this a little bit strange. If you're using this D-pad, it's much better. You know, the buttons are level with it. But I think part of this though is just because what I'm used to. Most days, you know, when I'm on holiday, I'll play this, you know, for half an hour during the day or something, or at night time I'll play this on the plane, and this is the kind of device that I'm used to. Whereas with this one, I'm still kind of getting used to this D-pad, but I reckon, you know, if I do get a new 3DS, or, you know, I do start playing with this one, a few weeks of using this, or a week of using this, I'm going to get used to it. I mean, it is user friendly. The shoulder buttons feel good as well. And get the volume here, which I forgot to point out before. And just like, it's just the same as the PS. You've got a little bit there that you can put in a little drawstring, kind of similar to that little part there. There's no point really comparing these systems, because, you know, they're different generations for a start. This was 2009 and this is 2013, and neither of these systems were launched at the start of their the period. You know, this was essentially just a PSP 3000. Now the PSP 3000, I think my little brother still got mine. Before it was launched in the UK, I imported a white version from Japan. So I think I was one of the first people in the UK to get the original white version, and I think, in fact, I was one of the first people to get the Nintendo DS, because my brother was living in America and he got the DS for me on launch day and brought it back as a gift. But I used to love the white version of this. Now, the clear difference with this, between this and the original PSP, is that this does not take the UMD, so it doesn't take the Universal Media Discs that, you know, the games would pop in. But essentially what I use this for is an emulation device. As I said, I'll do another video where I'll show you how this can be used for emulation and why I think this is such a fantastic emulation device. And I'll drop you in a little secret. One reason is for the price, and two is for the portability. I suppose three would be the fact that there's lots of emulators for it. You know, so it is a fantastic emulation device. As far as the 2DS goes, this is aimed at kids. It's brand new with a game for about £75–80 in the UK. You can pick it up second hand for about £50 as well. And there's a huge amount of games on the market. 3DS games, I noticed in the CEX shop, the games weren't too cheap as far as second hand 3DS games. They're a little bit cheaper, you know, you can pick up £10, £12, but if you look out for bargains on eBay or online, you can pick up, you know, a good collection of games pretty cheap. And the fact that you can play older DS games with this, I think, is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But I think if you were looking at this, you're probably looking at this not for yourself, but for your kid or for your little cousin, little brother or something like that. And I think Nintendo have done a great job, really, when you look at it. It does look like a big wedge of bread, but it's much more durable. You know, you can feel here, it just feels you know, sturdier and thicker and bulkier in your hand. And anyone who's handled a 3DS, you know, the regular one, they'll know that it's a, you know, I'm not saying that you're scared of breaking it, but it's not as sturdy as this, a little bit more delicate. And this one is a little bit more sturdier, and it makes sense, you know, if there's going to have 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds playing with this, they're going to they throw it around like it's worth pennies, and they don't really understand how it all works yet, so they're just throwing it around. I think this is a great little system though for the price, and the fact that you can play so many classic games on this. You've got, I mean, I'm a big Zelda fan. You've got you've got 3 or 4 Zelda games for the 3DS. You've got a couple for the Nintendo DS, and you can play them all on this. You can also log into the Nintendo eStore and download lots of classic games as well. And this is actually quite a capable little system. You know, you'll be able to play. It's kind of like the graphics are up to kind of Wii standard, if not Wii U, but Wii standards, you know, so it can handle games up to kind of Wii power. And I'll just quickly go into Wikipedia and I'll tell you the size of these two screens just for... Right, the upper screen is 3.5 inches, and the screen below is 3.02 inches. Now, on the PSP Go, I'll just find that, the screen is 3.8 inches. So, you've got, I can get it all in one shot here. This is 3.8 inches of the screen, 3.5 and then 3.02. Now, again, it's not a fair comparison because Nintendo went for the dual screen rather than one individual screen. So I'll just quickly show you how this works. And see if I'm bad, don't criticise me, I'm playing this through the camera. So there's my excuse. So, as an emulation device, I think the PSP is awesome. And yes, I'm going to cheat and run across the top. That's what I used to do as a kid, I used to cheat. Oops. Look at that, I missed it. Can you believe I just ran off that? It's the problem with recording live. So I'm not going to transport to levels 2, 3 or 4. And 5,000, at least I got that. So as far as the DS goes though, I think it is a great system. What I will say though is like a lot of the games, you really have to kind of pick the games that you want. I found a lot of these games, they're always making you use the stylus when there's kind of no need to do that. You know, there's not really any need to use. This is a good example. This is an older game, very old now. This was for the DS years ago, and it was Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. And a lot of the games, rather than make you, you know, like A B A B A B, a lot of the games you have to like do this kind of thing. And I don't know, I just find it's a little bit annoying after a while. Let's go Sonic. Oh, I pushed Sonic and then I went random, so don't listen to me. I can't even see that screen through the camera. So like you can use the stylus to play. So again, this is another one, you have to do this. And I don't know, I mean, I think the stylus is good for certain things. The stylus is really good for certain things. Oh, that's me fouling up. I think you need to hold down and charge it up. No way I'm going to do this through the... Look at me, I'm miles away, I'm absolutely miles away. God, what chance have kids got if I'm doing this? I'm going to have an aneurysm here, that's horrendous. I find a lot of these games, I'd prefer if you could just use the buttons, but they're telling you to bring out the stylus, and I just find a little bit annoying to do that. I prefer just using the buttons. I can see when it would be good to use the stylus in certain games, but a lot of the time they're using the stylus for no reason other than that it's there. I don't know if that's a problem with the newer 3DS games as well. But for these ones, it just seems a little bit annoying that they're like all the games I've tried, they all kind of seem with the same. The DS, I mean, I've got a lot more experience with the DS actually, because I had the original big thick grey version. So I've not played too many 3DS games other than the ones I've played in my friend's 3DS, the new 3DS. And I don't mean new as in it's brand new from the shop, I mean new as in it's the new version, it's called the new 3DS, just to confuse people who are buying a 3DS. So if you're going to be buying this, you're going to be buying this for you know, a kid or something. I think it's a good option if you've got someone that's under like 7 years old, 8 years old. If they're older than that, I would probably lean towards buying the 3DS. You know, it's got the option for 3D and it's a little bit of a cooler device. But this is cheaper, so this is your cheapest way to play Nintendo games on the go. This is not available for sale, it was discontinued many years ago, but if you can check on some second-hand gaming stores online, you might be able to pick up a bargain. I'm not sure if you can still get them now, but I picked mine up. I forget the name, I'll need to find out for my next video. But I picked up one for me and I bought one for my little brother as well, and it was, you know, about £35 delivered. For what this can do, that was an absolute bargain, and I love the portability of this. It charges pretty quickly and it's just a great little device for emulation. You can't buy this just now out the shops, but I do think you'll be able to pick up some of these on eBay and stuff. And I guess with all retro things, over time, you know, it drops in price, but then it kind of reaches the floor and then it starts going up in price because it becomes more rare. And I can understand that, because I don't ever want to get rid of this. I think this is a great emulation device, and it's better than a lot of other dedicated emulation devices that are out there. This, I think it's worth the money. If you can pick this up second hand for £45, £50, you know, or equivalent in euros or US dollars, whatever, you're going to get a fantastic little gaming device for the price. You're going to be able to play lots of fantastic Nintendo games, and if you've got a kid, I think this is the better option to get, because it is a lot more durable. See how thick it is, and you know, you don't have to worry about the kid always closing it over and things like that. So this was a little bit of a bizarre comparison between these two games. Ideally what I should have done was try to get a Mario game on this and try to get one on this and, you know, compare it, but I had two of these systems next to me, so I thought I'd do a quick comparison video. So this was the Nintendo 2DS and this was the older Sony PSP Go, discontinued. This isn't the sexiest device, but it's pretty good for what it is, and it can handle games pretty well. I'd recommend checking it out if you want to play some Nintendo games, but if you want a great emulation device and portability is something that you're aiming for, I would check out the PSP Go. Would also look at the Game Boy Micro. You need to use a flash card to do emulation on that, or you can just start buying a backlog of games for the Game Boy Advance, but the Game Boy Micro is arguably the coolest little retro device ever. The problem with the Micro is that it's only about that size, so your hands are actually going to get sore. But if you just want something in your pocket to play some Nintendo games, it's excellent. But I've been incredibly happy with this. I've been using this for years. Fantastic device. So if you get any questions about the PSP Go, let me know in the comment area, because I'm going to be doing a video about this in the next week or so, and I'm going to be showing you how it all works as far as emulation goes. And I'll try and find out some websites and stuff where you can pick it up. If you're looking for Nintendo, check this out. Thanks for watching, guys. If you get any questions about either of these systems, please do leave a comment below in the comment area, and if you've enjoyed the video, please do consider liking, subscribing or sharing the video. Till next time, take care.